Hello, and welcome to this unboxing and historical overview of Hornby's 00 gauge model of 2HAL unit number 2603. In it, I hope to give you a short history of the 2HAL units as a class, as well as some specific information about Unit 2603 herself. Sources for all the information used in this video are in the description below. In 1939, after a period of testing, the Southern Railway's new electrified extension to Gillingham and Maidstone West opened with a full public service on the 2nd of July. In preparation for this, the previous year, an order for 76 2HAL units was placed with Eastleigh Works using underframes from Lancing Carriage and Wagon Works. Ordered on the 29th of April 1938, they were similar to early two-build units, but differed in that only the driving trailer had a side corridor with access to a lavatory. A further 16 units were ordered in November 1938 and built later in 1939 to cover additional services on the lines to Reading. The units from both these orders were numbered from 2601 to 2692. In the driving trailer of the 2HAL, seating capacity was the same as the 2BIL, with 24 first-class seats in 4 compartments, alongside 32 third-class seats. However, the motor brake differed in that the seating was all compartmental with no side corridor, seating being provided in 7 individual compartments of 10 seats each. Overall, this gave the 2HAL a total capacity of 102 third and 24 first-class seats. Interestingly, smoking was not permitted in the 4 third-class compartments next to the guards compartment, nor was it permitted in the 2 first-class compartments in the middle of the driving trailer or the second-class compartment immediately adjacent to it. Weighing in at just under 76 long tonnes and using a pair of 275 horsepower traction motors that drew power from the 750 volt DC third rail supply, the 2HAL units had a top speed of 75 miles an hour, and braking was provided by an electro-pneumatic system acting on all wheels. Having been built just before the outbreak of World War II, it is of no surprise that many of these units suffered damage during enemy action during the war. Though no units were totally written off, one unit was split, with both motor and trailer cars being reused in other units. Whilst the bulk of the 2HAL fleet was used as they were intended, working over the eastern section of Southern Rail's metals, they rarely ran on their own, often running in multiple. During their later life, they then expanded in use over the central and western regions, replacing 2 NOL units and being renamed 2HAP. 2HAL units started to be withdrawn in 1959, being displaced by new 4 VEP stock, with the last day in normal service being the 29th of July 1971. 6 units were converted for parcels use, though these didn't last long and were withdrawn 2 years after conversion. 2HAL units were given the TOPS classification of 402, yet no unit carried these classifications prior to their withdrawal. Unit 2603 was released into traffic in January 1939 in unlined SR green livery, as you see here. Made of a motor brake third class number 10721 and driver trailer composite number 12188, she was withdrawn in June of 1971, following which she was stored at Lancing. She was then moved to Selhurst for stripping of electrical components in September of 1971 and was then scrapped, starting in December of that year. Unit number 2603 received full yellow cab ends, as you see here, in July 1967. In February of 1970, just 16 months before withdrawal, number 2603 had been repainted into all blue livery with the cab ends remaining yellow, meaning that this model here represents a relatively short period towards the end of her life. Okay, so on to the unboxing. The packaging for Hornby has come a long way since I was a small child, and I think it's actually nice to see some history on the back there. It's nice and compact and easy to get into, relatively well packaged. So, oh hello, I've got some loose bits here. Let's just put that over there. So, first things first, instructions. That on camera, there we go. So, a bit of general information. It is DCC ready, so you can put an 8-pin chip in there. A little bit about routine maintenance, as well as the obvious bits about where to put lubrication both on the bogies there and also on the motor drive cogs there. A little bit of information about how to attach the body from the chassis. Some information about linking the two cars together, and then obviously a diagram there just behind the motor, and you've got the DCC pin chip there. So next thing, let's have a look at the unit itself. So first thing, what I really like about this is that you have these numbers for the route indicator on the front, so you can set it basically to whatever you like. Obviously these ran Gillingham to Maidstone West, as well as in some instances to Reading, so the codes would be slightly different. All they are on the actual real units themselves is just a black stencil or a black reel of numbers with stencils for the individual numbers, and then obviously you would just roll whichever number you needed on either side, which is quite nice. There's also a blanking plate there, so you can put numbers on the front or in the forward direction of travel, and obviously a blanking on the way on the rear. Now, the packaging is fantastic in terms of thickness. So you've got a good 2 inches on either corner, so if any idiot does decide to throw it around the warehouse, it should bounce. However, it's the closed cell stuff, so one hit and it's given up. You can get soft foam. So another one of the models I've bought recently is like a soft foam with it's almost like a block of ice on the inside, which is quite nice, and again will protect against idiots deciding to throw it around. Now, which one should we do first? Shall we do the let's do the trailer. So the driver trailer first. There we go. So, okay. So let's have a look at that. So I like the details on the shoes there for the electrical pickups, and also it's quite nice that you've got the, as you can see there, the fuse holder for the 750 volt. The actual detailing is very nice. I'm not sure if it's got lights on it. I don't think it has, which is a shame, but not a deal breaker for me. You can see there the black space there for those numbers we were talking about earlier. So obviously the driving a trailer was a composite vehicle, so in the front there you've got the compartments for third class and then the compartments for first class, noted with the yellow stripe along the top, as well as obviously the first class numbering on the doors. Now, rumour has it, yeah, there we go, I don't know if you can see that. Just about. So on the first class compartments, and on the third class compartment next to it, you should have no smoking signs, which you can just about pick out, only just. Obviously the camera isn't fantastic, and obviously in the driver trailer, well, for first class passengers you're exceptionally lucky. You get a lavatory, which is always nice. Now, what's the detailing like on the bottom? You see that? Yeah, there we go. So some nice detailing of the electro-pneumatic brake system there. It does just hang over the bogies there. Doesn't connect or anything, but it looks good enough. And then on the rear, just a single sprung buffer, as would have been the case with the unit. So it would have been in normal times. You would have had normal times. Look at me talking like I'm old and ancient. When they were in service, you would have had a 3-link chain linking the two together, and then that just that single buffer. So there we go, that's the driver trailer. Very nice. Sprung buffers, I suppose. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, so that can go over there. Gently does it. So now we have the motor. So if we put the couple over there, that is pretty hefty, although it's all down one end because obviously it's the motor is just on the front bogie there. So again, nice detailing on the front. I didn't mention it on the trailer, but you can see there at the top, just about, you've got some nice little features for the air horns. Originally they were fitted with whistles, but they were updated at a later point. In the centre there. Now that's interesting because according to the stuff I've drawn up online, it says that the first 4 compartments next to the guards van, which is here, were non-smoking, whereas it would appear that the signage on here is the middle 4. So maybe an idiosyncrasy there with this specific unit. Again, you've got the shoe pickups there, detailed very nice. Given that this is the motor unit, are there any lamps on there? No, there aren't. Although the detailing, as you can see there, is still very nice on the front. I just can't get over how heavy that is though. It's got a pretty nice bit of weight to it. And on the top, it's very fine, but all the pipe work along the top is all detailed very nicely. Now no let's run it right way. No detailing on the rear for a buffer. For a buffer. But you have got a rubbing plate there. I can just find the detailing for that. There we go. And obviously the connector for the 2. But yeah, very nice little bit of kit that. Quite impressed that I spent my birthday money on there. And I think it will be worth running very nice, very soon. But yes, there we go.